Hello everybody, welcome to Deluxe Collectibles, and today I'm going to be going through every LEGO set that's released on October 1st of 2021, which is of course today, so I wanted to share my thoughts and opinions on each of these sets and let you know if I plan on picking them up in this month. So without further ado, let's get straight into it here, and the first one is the pickup truck, and this one is not one that I have a ton of interest in. I think the design is very well done on the actual build, and I think some of the accessories kind of on the side are pretty cool as well. So there are some great elements here, and I think it is a really well done pickup truck, but it just isn't something that really interests me too much. I'm not a huge fan of these larger scale vehicles like this, so probably something that I'm going to pass on. Then the next one here is the Queer Eye, the Fab 5 Loft right here, which I think has a fantastic build. I really do like the build of this quite a bit. I think there's some great minifigures as well. You got some fantastic hair pieces, torso prints, a ton of great elements with this one, but I just don't really have a connection to the series, so it's probably something that I'm going to pass on, but still I can definitely respect the great build going on here and the really cool concept as well. Then the next one here is Santa's Visit, which is a Winter Village set here, of course, and I kind of got into the Winter Village sets with the Gingerbread House, but I never wound up picking the Elf Clubhouse up. Now that one is still on shelves, so I could potentially continue the lineup, and I can't lie, it is very tempting, so I might consider picking this one up. I think it's definitely a great looking set, so I do like it quite a bit, so I'll keep this one in mind, and I might wind up getting it because I think it's a really great, just sort of classic looking Winter Village set. And then the next one here is the Rotocaster, I believe, or Stratocaster, I apologize. This one here, it's a cool set, as you could probably tell, didn't even really know the name of it, so I'm not too interested in this set. I think it's a really great build. I can definitely really appreciate it for that, but just not something that I'm too interested in. I don't like play the guitar or anything or have any sort of musical interest in that way, so not a huge fan of it for that, but I think that the build's really great. I could definitely appreciate that, so yeah, I'd say it's still a good set, but probably one that I'll pass on. But the next one that we have here is the Mini Disney Castle, and this one is one that I am interested in. Now, I never got the large scale Disney Castle, but this one's a little bit more in my price range, being about, I believe, $45 over here in Canada, so not a bad price at all. A great piece count there, a really nice Mickey Mouse figure as well. I do like that quite a bit, and I think the build looks fantastic. Just a nice little display piece to kind of commemorate the Disney Castle, so I definitely love that one, and it probably will be a pickup for me. Maybe not immediately, but definitely at some point I want to get my hands on this. Then the next one is a little like ornament decoration set here. Not too much to say about it, probably will pass on it, but still kind of cool if you want to decorate your tree in a Lego form. And then right here we have a little penguin set here, a Christmas penguin, which I love penguins. I think they're some of the cutest animals out there. Probably not something that I'll pick up, though. I'm not a huge fan of this just because it doesn't have any like minifigures or anything like that, so not of too much interest to me, but definitely not a bad set. I do like it still. Now, this one that we have here is Santa's Sleigh, and I absolutely want to get my hands on this one. It's probably one of my most wanted ones from this sort of October wave here. I love that you get so many of the reindeer here. The Santa minifigure looks phenomenal. The sleigh looks so great. I love all of the presents popping out of the back there. So many amazing details with this one. I absolutely love it. I think they nailed it. So really excited for this and definitely want to try to pick it up. Then the next one here is the Raptor Technic set here. I guess a Ford vehicle right here. Not too much to say about it. Not a big Technic person, but if you like Technic, it does look like a pretty great build, and I love the orange black color scheme, if I can speak properly here. I think it's got a really sleek design to it, so I do like that quite a bit. Then we have an even larger Technic set here. This one is the D11 Cat. I do apologize if I'm not saying like the proper titles of these. I'm just reading off of the box here, but seems like a pretty cool vehicle here, and once again, not something I'm too interested in, so I won't spend too much time on it. Then the next set here is an interesting one. It is the Video Bandmate Series 2. Now, there's been a ton of discussion about this. I've thought about doing a video, but I kind of haven't yet, at this point at least. But this seems to have been delayed in like North America. It should still be coming soon, but maybe exclusively to Lego brand retailers. So that basically means exclusive to like the Lego store, things ones like that. So kind of interesting here, but it's definitely something that I would love to get my hands on if I'm able to. I think the series looks super great. So yeah, definitely something that I want to try to get. And then the next up here is going to be some city sets. Here we have the Stunt Park. I'm not super big into this city line, but there are a few that kind of pique my interest. But this one here, nothing really that's standing out to me. I like the sort of like crazy wacky aesthetic to it, but still probably gonna pass on it. Then we have the Stunt Show Truck, and this one here, once again, I like the concept of it, not really something that I feel like I need though. Then we move forward to the Stunt Show Arena, which I do like quite a bit. I like the little monster trucks that we get here. I love the Ring of Fire and the use of, I believe, the like roller coaster tracks there. So I think that's super cool piece used there, and it's a pretty nice set. I feel like you get quite a bit in here, so I do like it for that reason. Now we have some of the ones that interest me the most though. These are kind of like mini like city packs here, and this is the wheelie stunt bike right here, a figure that I think looks pretty cool, seems to have an interesting torso print and leg print as well, so I do like that quite a bit. Then we have the Demolition stunt bike here, another one that I think looks pretty cool as well. I think the figures are kind of the main draw for me personally here, even though you do get some great vehicles as well, which is pretty cool also. And I believe these are like $8 in the States and then $10 here in Canada. It's somewhere around there, maybe even $7 in the US. But this one here is the Rocket Stunt Bike, which is definitely kind of channeling Duke Kaboom vibes from the Toy Story 4 film. So I think that one's kind of cool as well. Then we move forward here to the stunt competition, another pretty good one, but not really too much of interest to me. I like the smaller ones because I know they're going to be a bit more affordable. Then the next one here is the Selfie stunt bike, which I do like this one quite a bit. I love the face print. I like the torso. I think it just looks really cool, and it's just an interesting idea to have a selfie stunt bike. So very interesting concept. Now here's my favorite one of all of these city ones, and the one that I'm most likely going to pick up, and this one is the Chicken Stunt Bike. I love the figure here. It makes me think of something that you would see in like a minifigure series as one of the costume characters, so I think it's super cool that we're getting it here. I do like that quite a bit. So great elements there. Love the torso print as well, so definitely a fantastic one that I am going to try to pick up. Then we move forward here to the Fire Stunt Bike, which is another good one. I would say not as good as that other one previously, but still a nice one here as well. Now we move forward here to the Super Mario 64 mystery block right here. Now I never got like the NES or anything like the actual like Lego set. I'm not too interested for myself in these like larger scale builds here of like these iconic items, but I think that it's still a really great concept. I think it was executed pretty well. Also, how you can kind of pop out all of the worlds as well, or at least some of the levels in particular, but not something that I'm going to go after, but still, I could definitely say that it's a great looking set. Then we move forward here to the Marvel sets, which is where we're going to get into the stuff that I do want to pick up. The first one here is an Eternal set, which I did do a ranking video for both the Eternal sets and the minifigures as well, if you'd like to check those out. But for this one, I'll just say I want to pick up all of the Eternal sets, so just to sum it up there, you know now. But this one's great. I love the exclusive figure of Sprite. I think the actual build's pretty decent as well. Then we have the Deviant Ambush, which I do like this one quite a bit. I think all three figures are really great. Of course, Gilgamesh is a great exclusive here, and I think the actual build looks really cool as well. Definitely a unique looking Deviant. And then we move forward here to In Arisham Shadow. Such a phenomenal set. I love the build here of the Celestial. I think it's such a unique concept, and I think Lego executed it really well, so definitely one that I want to get my hands on. Then the last one that we have here is the Rise of the Domo. Definitely a super cool looking ship, a really unique sort of like Dorito pizza shaped ship. I think that's a really cool concept, so I love the uniqueness of the Eternals wave. I think that's really great and very refreshing as well for Marvel, so definitely want to get my hands on all of those. Then the next one that we have here is the Infinity Saga Sanctuary 2 Endgame Battle. Now, at first, I wasn't too interested in this one, but I kind of am wanting to get it just because I love the Thanos minifigure. I think it's such a great design. I love how it's like that final, like, Endgame outfit there, so I do like that quite a bit. Captain Marvel as well, I think looks pretty great. Lacking the leg printing, but I can forgive it because I love the torso. I think that looks really great. And then Iron Man's a pretty cool inclusion as well, and I think the Sanctuary 2 be it a little bit smaller than, of course, in the actual film, I still think it's a pretty good design, kind of keeping that sort of style to it, other than, of course, like the stud shooters on the top, but you can, of course, get rid of those. Then we move forward here to a DC set, the Batman, the classic series here. This one is the 66 Batman cowl, and I think it's a great looking cowl. I do actually like this one a ton, but I don't collect any of these like helmets or cowls or whatever you want to call it. I just don't collect them, so I'm gonna pass on this one. But then we have a DC set that I definitely want to get. It is the Batmobile Tumbler Scarecrow Showdown. This one is phenomenal. I love this set so much. I think it's so great. The tumbler looks so good. I think it just looks fantastic. I love the figures, Batman, Scarecrow, Batman with that cool alternate nightmare face as well. Just so cool. Such a great set. I want to see more of this from DC. I think it's so great that they're doing this with the Batman vehicles. I think it's a great scale as well. And then paired along with that, of course, you get the larger UCS scale tumbler as well, which I do like also, but probably going to pass on this one. I'm not a huge fan of these super large scale builds like this because they don't really line up with, of course, minifigures. If you're building a city or something, it just doesn't really fit together too well. It's a fantastic display piece, but just not something that I'm too interested in, and I'll definitely get the minifigure version over that one. Now we move into the Spider-Man sets here. We have a No Way Home one, the Spider-Man at the Sanctuary Workshop. Of course, I'm going to try to get this set. I think it's amazing. I love Doctor Strange. The Spider-Man suit, Juan looks great, MJ looks great, the build is pretty good as well. I love it. So excited for No Way Home, so definitely has to be a pickup. Then the next one here, same thing goes for this one, Spider-Man's Drone Duel. I love the Spider-Man figure, as some like to call it, the Gucci Spider-Man or the black and gold suit. I think it looks amazing. The Vulture figure as well. I've seen some reviews of this one and it looks amazing. Such a great looking figure, so definitely want to get my hands on that one. And the build's pretty good. I don't think it's too bad, but of course I don't think it's going to be accurate to anything in No Way Home, and of course it's not accurate from Homecoming either. And then the next one here is the inspired by Far From Home set here, the Spider-Man vs. Mysterio's drone attack. I think it's definitely great that we're getting the Spider-Man black and red suit, one of my favorite color combinations, so super excited for that one. Then we have Mysterio as well, looking amazing. Love the new printing there and the new color scheme as well, so definitely a great design with that guy. And then that brings us to the conclusion of the list. I didn't even realize we already went through all of them. I hope you did enjoy. Be sure to let me know from all of these sets which ones you plan on picking up in October, or if you already picked them up first day here on October 1st, then be sure to let me know down below as well, and I'll definitely update all of you when I do eventually get some of these sets in future haul videos. So if you want to stay tuned for that, be sure to subscribe, leave a like on the video if you did enjoy. It is highly appreciated, so thank you so much. I will see you all next time, and always remember, keep on collecting.